I'm a fucking idiot. Hey geeks, welcome to my channel. I'm Trey Guillotine, and you're watching Daily Marvels, where I give a few thoughts on some of the Daily Marvel news that went on in the past week. It looks like the Venom movie has wrapped and will actually be connected to the animated film Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse. There's some changes in Cloak and Dagger that differ from the comics, and we get some first picks from the next season of Jessica Jones. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it around so others can join in the conversation. So at the end of January, Tom Hardy tweeted a pic of him in the dressing room with just the words, "Wrapped, life back, bye." So it looks like the Venom movie might have officially wrapped, which means we're probably going to be getting at least a teaser in maybe the next month. Very little that we actually know about the Venom movie aside from Tom Hardy's in it, and it's supposed to be a kind of horror movie, and Spider-Man may or may not be appearing in it, and it may or may not be connected to the MCU. Like I said, there's not a lot of concrete details about this movie. But with it wrapping, we also discovered that Venom will actually be a part of the upcoming animated movie featuring Miles Morales, Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse, and that Venom's going to play a part, which, considering that this animated movie looks to explore the greater Spider-Verse outside of just Peter Parker and Spider-Man, as it's even featuring Miles Morales, I think he's like one of the alternate dimension Spider-Mans. Wow, Spider-Mans. But not only, so it's not a big surprise that Venom would be featured, as it probably would feature other Spider-Man incarnations or even other bigger villains. The interesting tidbit, though, is that Tom Hardy is actually going to be voicing Venom in this film. As cool as it will be to probably have our first look at Tom Hardy as Venom, I highly doubt that, one, it'll be the same Venom, it'll be like the same kind of Venom that we're going to see in the Venom movie, that we're going to see in Enter the Spider-Verse. I really think this is probably just them wanting their name recognition of getting Tom Hardy, who has his movie coming out soon, to be in this movie as kind of like just like an Easter egg kind of thing. It's not going to have a huge connection, just like Chloe Bennett voicing Daisy Johnson in one of the other upcoming Marvel animated movies, Marvel Rising, isn't necessarily canon or connected to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the greater MCU. I think this is really just going to be a kind of cameo / Easter egg type of situation where Tom Hardy is lending his voice to Eddie Brock and Venom, but it's not going to be at all connected to the Venom movie. Speaking of Young Heroes, we got a little bit more information about the Cloak and Dagger series. We got a clip of it. We got a clip of it not too long ago, and I talked about that. I mentioned that it's actually filmed in New Orleans, which I was pretty excited about. Well, it was to my understanding that even though it was filmed in New Orleans, it was still going to be taking place in a setting like New York or Chicago, somewhere up north. Well, apparently I was very, very wrong about that, because it's being filmed in New Orleans, the setting is actually going to be New Orleans, Louisiana. I could not be more excited about this. We're finally getting a legit New Orleans superhero. I don't care that if they're changing it from the comics. I don't care. They're bringing Cloak and Dagger to New Orleans to be a New Orleans superhero duo. We're getting a New Orleans superhero. We kind of got a New Orleans superhero in Falcon, as Anthony Mackie is actually from here and his family's here and they own a business. And I think they might have followed me on Instagram. I don't know. I got Mackie Roofing, which is like a New Orleans roofing company. And I know that the company that Anthony Mackie's family owns is like a construction company. It may be the same company. I don't know. Or Mackie is just another name. I really don't know. I'm just going to go ahead assuming that Anthony Mackie's family's company is following me on Instagram, which I just think is so cool. I think that's really cool. But Anthony Mackie is a New Orleans local. He went to Juilliard, and I'm pretty sure he went to Juilliard, and now he's Falcon in the Marvels in the MCU. The Falcon is a New Orleanian, and I love that. But it looks like we are getting our first New Orleans superheroes who are from New Orleans. It's going to be a post-Katrina style story, which that's actually where it kind of gets me worried, because so far, anytime a TV show or a movie has tried to portray New Orleans as, the post-Katrina New Orleans, they get it very wrong and they get it very stereotypical, and it's never been good. There was a show, K-ville, that came out with with Anthony Anderson and another actor I can't remember the name of, that it wasn't that good. I don't think NCIS New Orleans is all that good. There was a post-Katrina episode of Bones, which was just terrible. Any time I've seen someone try to portray New Orleans and portray the post-Katrina New Orleans, they get it wrong. I know there was the other show, Treme, which I heard good things about. I didn't get to watch it, but I heard good things about it, so I think maybe they got it right. So hopefully this is going to be a good thing, that New Orleans is going to be very well portrayed. Obviously not too well portrayed, as we're going to need superheroes, which there's plenty of problems in this city that I kind of wish we had superheroes to solve. But in reality, don't. But in the MCU, we do. We get New Orleans superheroes. I'm super excited about that. We also got our first set of pictures from the season 2 of Jessica Jones. A lot of them are very vague. It shows the various characters doing various things, like Jerry Hogarth, or Trish and Malcolm, or just Jessica Jones sitting at her desk drinking. But one picture in particular is what gets my attention, is that there's a picture of her actually in a police precinct and making a phone call, but she's not just in a police precinct, she's like handcuffed, and not just hands, like she has the chain belt going down to her feet and then her hands, like she's legit chained up, guard behind her, ready to shoot her, arrested. And I mean, we don't know what for. Obviously, at the end of Defenders, things seem to be fine between her and the NYPD. So obviously, there wasn't anything with Kilgrave's death. There wasn't anything going on with what happened at the end of Defenders that the police were holding her for. So obviously, this is something new. This is something that's going to happen in this season of Jessica Jones that's going to have her on the wrong side of the law, which, it's not like she hasn't been on the wrong side of the law before. She's Jessica Jones. She does whatever the hell she wants. But I'm curious as to what it is that warrants this type of security and this type of arrest. What do you think of these daily Marvels? And are there any Marvel news that you'd like to talk about? Let me know in the comments and follow me on all the internets. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it around so others can join the conversation. You can check out my Marvel reviews of TV shows and movies at craigguillotine.blogspot.com and subscribe to my channel to geek out some more. Thanks for watching and have fun.